Hey there, it's great to be back with you again with this new video. In this video, I will be talking about a frequently asked question by some of you, how to improve my English. There are so many ways of improving your English, you got to find out which one is working for you. I'll be explaining and sharing my experience, how they worked for me and they are still working for me because I'm still working and improving my English. So this might work for you, might not work for you, but you can listen to them definitely. The first thing that I believe one should do is to correct his grammar. Some people might disagree with that, but I believe the grammar is very important because whenever you're speaking, it's very inevitable that you are going to make mistakes. So if you know that you are going to make mistakes, the best thing you can do, reduce the amount of your mistakes even before you do it. How? Just correct your basic grammar. So you are very much familiar with the basic grammar, you have been studying those in your schools and colleges. Just grab one book, revise those, you already know them, just make sure that you give a reminder to your brain and that will be great for your brain. The next thing, if you want to improve your English, then you got to be improving in all four sections: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So in order to improve your reading skill, what is the best suggestion I can give you? To read newspaper daily. Trust me, this is going to be your lifesaver. No other instruments in the world will be helping you as much as a newspaper can do. They are very well taught and very well written. So if you read the newspaper regularly, you will come across some very good vocabularies, and what you need to do, write down those new vocabularies that you are getting every single day, write them into a notebook. So I personally do this, and here is my book. I write all those meanings here. Can you see this? I think it's a little bit mirrored. Anyway, so this is the thing you need to do. Pick up your vocabularies from the newspaper. They are very rich one. And you can also consider about reading books, your favorite books, your interest, where you find your interest in. And if you don't find any interest, don't be very upset about it. You can consider about reading the textbook of class 9 and 10. Which book? You can go for the history books. Of course, the English version. Why? Because you already know those histories. So whenever you are studying them in English, you will not really feel uncomfortable. You will be feeling comfortable. That's how you can improve your reading skill. And now let's come to the writing skill. Again, I'll be taking back you to the newspaper where I already have talked about maintaining a notebook for new vocabularies. So whenever you are coming across those new vocabularies and writing them down, and don't just write them down. Sometimes you got to memorize those, sometimes you got to revise those, and what you need to do next, write every single day. You must really keep those practice of writing every single day. Maybe 2 lines, maybe 3 lines, maybe one passage, doesn't matter. What matters is write every day. And while writing, apply those new vocabularies and make sentences with those standard sentences that you found on newspaper. This is how you are going to be improving your writing skill. And another thing is that whenever reading the newspaper, you do have a very good standard of writing, because those, again, I keep saying that, those are very well taught and very well written. So if you come in touch with those, your reading gets improved, your writing gets improved. Done. Now let's come to the next part, listening. So what you can do for listening? Some people say that you can watch a lot of movies, you can listen to the music. I agree with you. But when you have the intention of learning this language, I don't personally prefer listening to the music or watching movies only, because whenever I'm watching a movies, my intention is to get entertainment. So what I actually do for my listening skill or the listening practice, I listen to the native speakers. There are so many YouTube channels out there. You just got to find the one you like the most. I'll be linking those channels which I like the most in the description box or in the comment box. You can check them out if you want to. So if you listen to those person who are native speaker, you come across some good accent, and your accent is very important. I don't really like the accent I'm using in this video. I'm not a very good fan of the subcontinental accent that we have. I really love the British accent most, but the people who are living in the subcontinental area cannot really go that close to that pronunciation. We do have that regional touch while speaking. I don't really like it. That's a personal preference. You might like it. That's totally up to you. But I like the British accent most. Okay, now let's come to the most important part, which you fear the most is speaking. Now, the only difference between a good speaker and an average speaker is a single word. That word is confidence. Now, if you are confident, most of the time you are going to speak well. Trust me, that's the key. That's the only key I have found out in my entire life. I actually have worked with few of my friends who have got to the IELTS exam centers and participated in IELTS exams. So what I have observed that in the initial stage, they were not very comfortable, but slowly, gradually, their confident grew and they become more and more confident about speaking, so they become a better speaker day by day, and eventually they have got some very good scores as well. So this is the way of speaking and improving your speaking skill. I'd really like to make a separate video on speaking, but for today, that's all. So these are the things that I have done in my daily life. I'm still doing it. I'm still trying to improve my English. And those who have asked me about improving my English or your English, sorry for that, these are the ways that I have followed. You can follow them. You can also just ignore them and find your own way which works best for you. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Take care.